And we're going to start kind of filling out knowledge that we have about how motion works. And one thing that we already know right away, because we used it in our description, is that we're going to need some quantities for describing an object. The two major quantities that we talked about so far are position and velocity. You'll notice that those are both vector quantities, because if I'm going to tell you where something is, I can't just say to you, oh, it's 3 miles, right? I have to tell you it's 3 miles that way, right? So position is a vector quantity. We'll use X, which is kind of mathematical convention for position, or sometimes little r as the position symbol. And we'll put the little vector symbol over the top of it to represent that it is a vector. Similarly, the velocity is another really important quantity that we will be dealing with. Just like position, it's a vector. If you're going to report the velocity of your car to me, it is not enough just to say, oh, I was going 25 miles per hour, right? You want to tell me you were going 25 miles per hour driving north or driving south or southeast or whatever, right? So you need that direction in there to give a complete picture of the motion of the object. If you only tell me how fast you're going, 25 miles per hour, what you've told me is the speed, not the velocity. And the vector word for that is that speed is the magnitude of the velocity, right? It's the length or strength or size, right? The magnitude of the velocity is the speed, which is what you would mean colloquially if you asked how fast you were going, right? Similarly, you can find the magnitude of the position vector. That would typically be called a length or a distance rather than a position. The last thing that I have on this slide that I think is really, really valuable for all of us is that there is a connection between these two quantities. The position of an object and the velocity of an object are related to each other. And the way that they're related to each other is probably an intuitive one for many of you. If you've ever heard an expression like distance equals rate times time, or if you have thought about what does it mean to say I'm moving at 25 miles per hour, then you have probably thought about this definition before. But we're going to explicitly quantify it here. And that is that the average velocity of anything is equal to the change in that thing's position divided by the change in time that it takes to move from one position to the other.